Good evening. We're going to start the meeting. Call the Schaumburg Village Board meeting to order for Tuesday, March 10th, 2020. First item on the agenda is a roll call, please.
Trustee Bishke?
Present.
Trustee Madej?
Present.
Trustee Dunham?
Present.
Trustee Sullivan?
Present.
Trustee Conley?
Present.
Trustee Kozak?
Here.
President Daly?
Present. All present and accounted for. Just want to remind you, please turn off your cell phones. Thank you. Next item is we have troop or scouts from Pack 397, Troop 397, here to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please proceed, scouts.
Color guard attention. Audience, please rise. Scout salute. Those not in uniform, please place your right hand over your heart. Color guard forward march. Color guard halt. Color guard prepare to post the colors. Color guard post the colors. Please recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Color guard return to ranks. Forward march. Color guard halt. Audience be seated.
Thank you very much. Now, if I can ask the scouts to come back. You can come back. We have a little something for each scout. We have a badge. Thank you very much. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Great job. Thank you very much. Good job. Good job. Thank you. Good job. And one for you. Okay. All right. And one for you. Okay. One and one. They keep going. Oh my. All right. And one for you. One for you. Okay. Flag ceremony. There you are. And the last one. Thank you very much. Okay, just a reminder, we are recording this meeting for the evening. Next item is the approval of minutes for February 25th, 2020. Any questions or comments?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item is approval of expenditures in the tune of $2,920,501.77.
Move to approve the expenditures as presented.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the expenditures as presented. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Bishke?
Aye.
Trustee Madej?
Aye.
Trustee Dunham?
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan?
Aye.
Trustee Conley?
Aye.
Trustee Kozak?
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, motion carries. Thank you very much. And now we have presentations, and the first one is a presentation of a recognition of the Governor's Hometown Award for the Monarch Butterfly Initiative by our own Illinois State Senator, Honorable State Senator Laura Murphy, and friend of Schaumburg. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, Mayor, Madam Clerk, all the trustees. I'm so honored to be here this evening with you to present the Governor's Hometown Award. So the Governor's Hometown Award is not something that's given easily. It is something that there is very competitive. People have to work very diligently for. And Schaumburg was a community that did just that. So the Schaumburg community chose to take on a project of the monarch butterflies. Many of you may or may not know how important the monarch butterfly is, and when the federal government refused to recognize the importance and make investment in the savior of this and declaring it a endangered species, the Schaumburg community picked it up because that's what community does. And this is a prime example of what the Schaumburg community is all about. 60 people became involved. They contributed 2,300 countless hours of volunteer time, all for a project to help the community, to help the monarch butterfly. So I am honored to recognize not only the village of Schaumburg, but the Carol, who was instrumental in this whole project, and Dave and Judy that all worked towards this, and recognize the village of Schaumburg. So if I could read the certificate of recognition. Whereas the Illinois Senate of the 101st General Assembly of the State of Illinois acknowledges the Village of Schaumburg in recognition of receiving the 2019 Governor's Hometown Award in the Environmental Stewardship category for its Monarch Butterfly Initiative project, and extends its congratulations and best wishes for receiving this honor. Offered by myself, Senator Laura Murphy, John J. Cullerton, this will be a relic, State Senate President, and Timothy Anderson, Secretary. So thank you so much. Thank you to your
Thank
community
you.
for all you've done.
Thank you. We'll get pictures of that. Come on up, come on up. Yeah, I'll come around there. Let me come around, okay? Make it a little easier. So I have to tell a little story that it's actually probably been 3 years since you brought the monarch butterfly, remember, or a few of them in the cage and all that, and you were telling me the whole story about it at a little picnic we were at, and I was really impressed by the whole thing, and I realized I really don't see these anymore. So, in new house I'm in, a couple of years ago, we set up a butterfly, I think I've told you this, set up a butterfly garden. So I've got an area that's probably 8 feet by 5 feet or so, and set it up with all the kind of plants that we talked about and put in there so that hopefully I can help do that.
Are you a monarch way station?
I'm not sure which one we are. One of them that was in there, and went to the nursery and found those and said, okay, this is what I,
you
you know.
register it as an official
Milk
monarch way
thistle.
station.
Okay, all right. So, anyway, why
So
don't you?
thank you all.
Yeah, why don't you turn this here? You know how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Right here.
You all should.
Yeah, you guys should be right here, right, you in between.
And
Great.
thank you for the board and everyone for supporting us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you for your
Do it again.
support.
Sure. Okay, moving on. We have liquor license requests. First one is a request from Miss Susan Hoyt for one Class A liquor license for American Food and Vending located at Zurich. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Madam Clerk, trustees. I'm here in behalf of American Food and Vending, American Dining Creation, and seeking the approval of the board for liquor license at Zurich. So,
Okay. Was there already an establishment there, so you're just taking it over?
we are taking it
Right.
over from a different food service provider.
Okay. Questions, comments from the board? No? Okay, seeing none. Tomorrow you can come to the mayor's office, the liquor commissioner's office, and ask for the license, and pending the appropriate background checks and that, one will be issued.
Thank you.
Will
Okay?
you sign my log?
Oh,
Thank you.
Absolutely.
please sign. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next one is Mr. Suresh Patel for one Class J liquor license for Comfort Inn. It's formerly the American Inn, 1300 East Higgins Road, new license. So you guys are into heavy remodeling over there right now?
Yes, we are. Correct.
Okay, all right, exciting. Okay, what kind of changes, anything changing going on with the establishment of this?
Go ahead. You want to?
Yeah, the hotel is going through a complete remodel, so we basically gutted and remodeled the entire rooms, 4th floor, 3rd floor, exterior painted. We'll do some landscaping. Interior, we kind of extended the lobby area to larger space. We added another 1,700 square feet of general lobby area. So we're doing a sitting lounge. We have a full kitchen now, so we would like to offer some liquor to the guests that stay with us. And
Okay.
most of the hotels in Schaumburg nowadays offer it, so this gives us a competitive advantage with them.
Questions, comments?
Class
Yes.
J is the one where it's like a hosted one in the evening, that kind of thing, or will they be selling liquor?
It's only for guests who stay, and it's certain time period.
Yeah, for a time period.
Right.
And I don't mean to give you two gentlemen a hard time,
Sure.
but you know the past owners, and I assume you're not associated with them, were giving us a lot of grief about not applying for permits, then doing work that, when we found out they were doing it, was not up to code.
Sure.
I know the liquor license itself, other than this letter, gives us more information about the corporation.
Sure.
But you gentlemen are not associated with the previous owners.
Absolutely not. We bought it about 2.5 weeks ago. We transferred all the permits in there. We had our inspection today. We passed all the roughing and plumbing inspection. We got electrical tomorrow. 2nd floor, 3rd floor, 4th floor is already approved.
Because I have to be honest, if you were the previous owners and now you were coming in for a liquor license, which is a privilege, not something we have to give, I would not be in favor.
Absolutely.
But as long as you understand that we have requirements and you're willing to follow those regulations in the community,
Absolutely.
then I would be support.
Absolutely.
Any other questions, comments? No? Then tomorrow you can approach the Liquor Commissioner's office pending filling out the appropriate applications and passing a background check. A license will be issued.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Can you sign my log so that
Oh,
I
yes,
have your
we need
names for
somebody.
my,
You guys got to
yes,
sign in.
Please.
Please, thank you. Okay, while they're doing that, the next item is the consent agenda. It'll be read in its entirety, voted on as one motion to approve. If you wish to discuss an item further, please indicate that when the item is read by the village clerk so that it can be removed from the consent agenda and discussed further under committee reports. Otherwise, all items will be approved on the consent agenda as presented. Will the clerk please read the consent agenda?
Number 1 is correspondence. The motion would be to approve the request from Spring Valley Concert Band to hold a raffle on April the 5th, 2020 at the L. Larson Prairie Center for the Arts, 201 Schaumburg Court, and to waive the fidelity bond requirement. B, the motion would be to approve the request from Viper Owners Association of Illinois to hold a raffle on April 18th, 2020 at the Schaumburg Marietta Hotel, 50 North Martingale Road, to grant a variance to Code Section 117.31 to exceed the single ticket price of $5 and single prize amount of $1,000 and to waive the fidelity bond requirement. C, the motion would be to approve the request from the Friends of Schaumburg to hold 2 raffles on March 13th, 2020 at Chandler's Chop House, 401 North Roselle Road, to grant a variance to Code Section 117.31 for 1 raffle's single ticket price exceeding $5 limit and to waive the fidelity bond requirement. 2, Engineering and Public Works Committee. The motion would be to award the bid for the street lighting gap project, Bodie Road lighting, to Electric Conduit Construction of Elburn, Illinois, in the amount of $50,642.20. B, the motion would be to approve the 3rd and final year renewal extension of the contract for large water meter testing with Water Services of Elgin, Illinois, for a 1-year period from May 1st, 2020 through April 30th, 2021, in a total amount not to exceed the approved for the year 2021 budget. C, The motion would be to approve the amendment number 2 for the sanitary sewer evaluation, infiltration inflow control program, IICP, and sanitary sewer evaluation survey, SSES, with RJN Group, Inc. of Wheaton, Illinois, in the amount of $51,420, and approve the required resolution. D, the motion will be to approve amendment number 3 for the Clayton Circle and Manor Circle water main design, annual street improvement program, phase 1, phase 2, and 3, construction engineering services. Contact number 1 with Engineering Enterprises, Inc. of Sugar Grove, Illinois, in the amount of $30,306.02, and approve the required resolution. E, the motion would be to waive competitive bidding for the purchase of vehicle tires and pumps with Pomps Tire Services, Inc. of Elgin, Illinois, and authorize the expenditures in a total amount not to exceed the approved FY 1920 budget. F, the motion would be to waive competitive bidding for the purchase of fire apparatus parts with Global of Aurora, Illinois, and authorize expenditures in the total amount not to exceed the approved for year 19/20 budget. G, the motion would be to waive competitive bidding for the purchase of vehicle parts with Trans Chicago Auto Group of Elmhurst, Illinois, and authorize expenditures in a total amount not to exceed the approved for year 19/20 budget. H, the motion would be to approve participation in the National Cooperative Purchasing Alliance and award a contract for masonry improvement at Fire Station 53 to F.H. Paction of Chicago, Illinois, and approve issuance of a purchase order in the total amount of $59,000. I, the motion would be to approve a 4-year stadium enhancement program at the Schaumburg Baseball Stadium. 3, Health and Human Resources Services Committee. A, the motion would be to refer the 2019 Community Development Block Grant CDBG Action Plan Amendment to the Plan Commission for public hearing. 4, Transportation Committee. The motion would be to execute an agreement with Elford Bench and Company of Chicago, Illinois, for construction engineering services for the 2020 pedestrian signal improvements in the amount of $85,224.66, and approve the required resolution. B, the motion would be to award the bid for the construction services of the 2020 pedestrian signal improvements to the lowest responsible bidder, Landmark Contractors, Inc. of Huntley, Illinois, and authorize the issuance of a purchase order in the amount of $795,013.46. C, the motion would be to adopt an ordinance amending Title 11, Chapter 113C, News Racks at the Schaumburg Commuter Rail Station. D, the motion would be to refer the North Meacham Road Corridor Plan to Committee of the Whole. 5, Planning, Building, and Development Committee. A, the motion would be to approve a resolution authorizing the village manager to execute documents for the submission of a grant application to the Illinois Department of Natural Resources, IDNR, for a bike path grant at the 90 North District West Park for the total village contribution not to exceed $175,686. 6, Project Review Group. The motion would be to approve a site plan amendment in Woodfield Regional Center Design Review for DeFi redevelopment, 1025 to 1075 and 1111 East Gulf Road, Woodfield Commons. 7, resolutions. The motion would be to adopt as Resolution R 20-011, authorizing the village manager to execute an agreement by and between the Village of Schaumburg and Alfred Bench and Company for the construction engineering services for the 2020 pedestrian signal improvements. B, the motion would be to adopt as Resolution 20-012, authorizing amendment number 2 for the sanitary sewer evaluation infiltration inflow control program and sanitary sewer evaluation survey with RJN Group Incorporated. C, the motion would be to adopt as Resolution R 20-013, authorizing amendment number 3 with Engineering Enterprises, Inc. for Clayton Circle and Manor Circle water main design, the annual street improvement program Phase 2 and 3 construction engineering services. D, the motion would be to adopt as Resolution R 20-014, approving and authorizing the execution of documents for the submission of a grant application to the Illinois Department of Natural Resources, IDNR, for a bike path grant at 90 North District West Park. 8, ordinances. The motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance 20-018, granting a site plan amendment and Woodfield Regional Center design review for DeFi redevelopment 1025 to 1075 and 1111 East Gulf Road, Woodfield Commons. B, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 20-019, amending various sections of Title II, Chapter 113C in relation to the allocation, abandonment, and permit revocation for news racks at the Schaumburg Commuter Rail Station. This concludes the consent agenda.
Thank you very much. Look for a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Motion to approve is presented.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve as presented. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Bishke.
Aye.
Trustee Madej.
Aye.
Trustee Dunham.
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan.
Aye.
Trustee Conley.
Aye.
Trustee Kozak.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, motion carries. Thank you very much. Committee reports. No committee reports to come before us. Comments from the audience. We have an open mic for matters pertinent towards the village of Schaumburg. If you wish to speak, please come forward. Okay, moving on. Council report.
The only thing I have, Mayor, is that we do have reason to go into closed session at the end of our regular business to discuss collective bargaining. So a motion would be appropriate at that time, and we will not have any need to reconvene in order to take action after that closed session.
Okay, thank you. President's report. I have 2 items. First one is I'm asking your concurrence to rescind 2 appointments. I mistook their enthusiasm for volunteering and wanting to help as wanting to be appointed. So I ask for rescind the appointments of Mr. Tom Plasek and for Septemberfest Committee, Mr. Burke McDonald to the Cultural Commission, and ask for a concurrence for the appointment of Mr. Robert Ward to the Cultural Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. And then the second item is the appointment of Trustee Jack Sullivan to the newly created Schaumburg chapter of the Boys and Girls Club, which is basically the old teen center board. And Jack has obviously agreed to that, so.
I'd like to thank the Academy for this award.
Yeah, it only took, what, 10 minutes, you know? Only took me 10 minutes to convince you, right? No, Jack happily volunteered. I did ask Trustee Madej, but unfortunately, timing of the meetings conflict with his work. So look for a motion to concur.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second to concur. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. That's all I have. Manager's report.
I have no report this evening.
New business? Any new business? Unfinished business? Trustee comments and mentions? No. Okay. And then I guess we're looking for an adjournment to executive session in concordance with Section 2, Sub C 2 of the Open Meetings Act, collective bargaining for collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or its representatives, deliberations concerning salary schedules for 1 or more classes of employees with no return.
So moved.
Motion and a second. Trustee Kozak.
Second.
Yeah.
Who was the first?
Trustee Bishke. All those in favor? Oh, sorry. Roll call, my mistake. Roll call, please.
Trustee Bishke.
Aye.
Trustee Madey.
Aye.
Trustee Dunham.
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan.
Aye.
Trustee Conley.
Aye.
Trustee Kozak.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, motion carries, and we are adjourned. Thank you.